Hello again, I am Blinty. A week ago, I showed you a little mod kit for the Xbox Series X that installed inside and put a little glowing ring of light around the top fan to make it look a bit more like it did in the early renders of the Xbox when we thought it all glowed just, out of the box and it would be cool and everything. So now my Xbox is cool with an RGB system in that. That system was pretty clever. It came with a little circuit board. It sort of clipped in between the Xbox circuitry and the fan itself, so it just sucked a bit of power to run the LED lights. It was all internal, no dangling wires, no nothing. Now I'm going to show you the same type of kit for the PlayStation 5, obviously. That's why it's sitting here so obviously in shot. If you hadn't figured that out, or if you didn't read the title of the video, I suppose. It's this kit, and it's rather less sophisticated to install. We'll put it that way. So let's get to it. So pretty much anything else you do with this beastie, our first task is to get the shell off, which is always a pain in the ass because despite the Xbox using like screws and things like that, it's actually way easier to get the shell off to do anything inside than it is for this, because this uses a stupid little clamp system. It's always, you feel like you're going to break the damn thing because there we go, you have to yoink on the corner of that thing, making you feel like you're going to snap something and then pull it off. I don't know why Sony did like that, but I really, really hate them for it. Same thing on the other side, except I think we have to do it from this side, don't we? There we go. Once more, feeling like I'm going to break it. Lovely. So, there we go. Oh, hey, remember that? Remember that? I'll link to that in the down below. That's a nice little accessory you might want to consider. Little cooling, specialized cooling replacement panel thingamabob doodler for your SSD. All right, let's have a look at this kit here. So, instruction manual. All right, don't need that. Don't need a spudger. I guess I just throw one of those in all their kits, but yeah, don't need that for this. There's our remote, and I've just realized that this remote and the one I've got for the Xbox probably will interfere with one another, so that might be a pain in the ass. I guess I'll have to try and set them up separately and just rely on the on and off. And every time I try and change it, they'll be out of sync if I use different settings or something. I don't know. All right. So this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about it's a less sophisticated solution. It literally just dangles out the back of the machine with USB to control the lights, whereas the other one was bespoke and made exactly for the Xbox and nothing but the Xbox. This one, I guess you could just use it with anything you damn well please. Really, that's just a couple of LED strips. Although they are made and designed to be curved, so you don't have the kinking issue trying to run a straight round around the edge here. So it is made specifically for the PlayStation, but it's rather less sophisticated in that all the electronics that run it are in here. The good news is it doesn't gobble up a USB port for you, because you get a socket on the other side. Thank you, Extreme Rate, for doing that, because we only have a couple of USB ports on the consoles, and losing one just to run some lights would be a pain in the ass. I like to have that back, thank you very much, because I do in fact use the USB ports on my PlayStation just to run some controller chargers. We have a couple of wipes, one wet, one dry, and a little microfiber cloth there. So, wet first. Yoink. And, did I? Okay, the wet one is not actually wet. Give me a sec. Isopropyl alcohol, 99%. To the rescue. Alright. Squirt. Now the wet one's wet. I feel like there should be a giggity there somewhere, but I'll let you decide where to insert it. Giggity! See what I did there? Double giggity. That's just me padding for time while you watch me clean. Right, so these will obviously be biased about which side they go in because they're curved a specific way. So there we go. Now we come around like that and we go in here. Cool. Except, there we go. All right, now, I mean, it's not a perfect fit. Let me just triple check myself here again. Doesn't quite fit as elegantly as the Xbox one. Okay, is that? Yes, that is 3M adhesive, which means we'll be fine without the little dotty things, because this stuff sticks fine. No, we don't have to be too precious about a positioning, because the whole idea is it's just going to glow against the back of the faceplates anyway. So no need to be too fussy. And just a little cable tidy there. Press down around the lumpy bits where the fan is, just to make sure we get good adhesion up top there. Although this is making perfect adhesion, nice flat spots, so I don't think we'll have any adhesion issues of this coming loose. But you might as well do the job properly, eh? All right, well, there's a thing I didn't think about. My flashy little heatsink I was talking about there, that actually sits quite a bit prouder than the default one, so we're going to have to go on top of that, obviously, which is going to be a pain in the ass if I ever need to change out the M.2 drive for whatever reason, but whatever. The point of this video is to check out and review these lights, so I guess if I have to get rid of them later, I'll make other plans. I mean, you could always just put more adhesive in there or tape it down or whatever. There's not an unsolvable problem, just a minor pain in the ass. Once again, especially compared to how the Xbox kit went. But, you know, we should be used to this, even though, you know, these lights aren't a Sony product, they are going on a Sony product, so I guess being slightly annoying is just part of the brand requirement. Anything with a Sony product, it always has to be just slightly more annoying than it should be, right? Now, as for the two top wires, which, yeah, I think we can show you there. There is a little channel on either side here, so they're not sitting on the top there necessarily, but there is also nothing to tie them down. So you might want to tape these down, tie them down, tidy them up some way. But we've got more than enough length on our USB here, so we can just go straight in there. And you know what I might want to do, yank that out again. Let's just see if we can shorten the run here a little bit. There we go. That'll help keep things a little bit tidier. From the front at least. All right, job done. A lot quicker and easier than the Xbox one, but less elegant. Just the story of PlayStation's life, really. Good news is the panels go back on way easier than they have to come off. So, points to Sony for that one, I guess. Well, spoke too soon. This one's being stubborn. Oop. We fell off the top of my monitor there. Never mind that. Yep. Okay, come on. There. Oh, no. Thought I had it. Wait, is the cable getting in the way? Is that my... Yeah, the cable might be getting in the way slightly. That might be a part of my problem. Nope, that cable was not the problem. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll wrestle with this, and we'll make a hard cut, and we'll come back when the lights are on. How about that? Fucking Sony. PlayStation 5, just a little bit flashier, a little bit more RGB, and of course you've got the remote, which you can just use to change through a whole bunch of different cycles, on, off, throbbing, chasing, all that kind of stuff. The only problem I'm having right now is I've actually got an LED strip up behind my monitor light here. I've turned all my lights off so I can see this a bit better, of course. But it responds to the same remote signal. So every time I try and demonstrate the PlayStation, my light back there, which is supposed to be a lovely little purple to match all this stuff, keeps changing. So try not to let that be too distracting while I'm demoing various patterns and whatnot here for you. I will probably just leave it on a nice steady purple because that's kind of my theme going around here right now. That's what I've got the Xbox set to. That's what my computer is set to. That's what my secondary computer behind me here that I game on for when I'm streaming. So, you know, that's just a nice, you know, keyboard for the most part, except for special keys. It's all just a nice, steady, soft purple glow, which I appreciate. Anyway, simpler to install, but a bit less special than the Xbox One, and I don't know whether I like the effect as much. The Xbox One just glows out the top. It's very subtle, where this one, just by nature of it, you can see sort of little hot spots of where the LEDs are, and it looks just a little bit, but still, I mean, when you get it on a, can we get on a steady one? Steady one here somewhere. There's my purple. There we go. Yeah, when you get it like that, it is a little more subtle and a little more gentle. And of course, you're not staring at the thing while you're playing, except, you know, I'm certainly not. It's off to my right-hand side, so it's not sitting next to the TV or whatnot, which might be a bit more distracting. I don't know. Your mileage may vary, but if you're after some way to RGB up your PS5 a little bit, that's the solution I've got for you today. Thanks for watching. Thank you, as always, to the patrons scrolling up above. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Probably not. See you at PAX Australia? I think that's the first time I mentioned that in the video. Yeah, going to PAX again this year. First time in 3 years, because it hasn't run for the last 2 years, because, well, events, right? events.